Good evening, friends and family. This is Laura, and I'm coming to you with another short video. And we hear this word a lot, unequally yoked. We hear a lot about partnerships and marriages and friendships and people being unequally yoked. And so, what exactly does that mean? We're going to explore that today on this video, and we're going to talk about some signs that a relationship is unequally yoked, some warning signs, some red flags, things that you can look for before you actually say I do or before you make a relationship official. We're going to talk about some of the red flags, some of the telltale signs. Now, according to the Bible and according to the dictionary, the meaning of unequally yoked, it means to be unequally partnered with someone, to be partnered with someone that's in contradiction to who you are, a total opposite of who you are. It's sort of like light and dark, good and evil. Okay? And so apparently, there's a lot of unequally yoking going on, I guess, if I can say that word. Because check this out. I was amazed when I did some research on the divorce rate. And this is in America alone. Now, listen to this. It says that research shows that 50% of all marriages will end in divorce. 41% of all first marriages will end in divorce. And the latest research is 2018. 80% of all second marriages will end in divorce. And 73% of all third marriages will end in divorce. Now, the latest studies have shown in 2019 that the divorce rate, it is decreasing slightly. But it's not because these numbers change. It's because people are choosing to wait longer before they get married, or the young people are choosing not to get married at all. And so that's really sad. That means that there is a lot of people unequally yoked together. So let's talk about some of the signs of a partnership that will be unequally yoked, or that can possibly turn into an unequally yoked marriage or relationship. Sign number one, there's a lack of communication. Either a person shuts down, or there's a lot of lying and hiding and secrecy, or two people that have a problem right out the gate of how to communicate correctly to each other. And if you don't know how to communicate correctly with someone, you're liable to say anything. And in the end, there will be a lot of hurt feelings. And so that's one of the signs. Sign number one, that a relationship is going to possibly be unequally yoked, which is a lack of communication. Number two, when it comes to marriage, when one person fails to understand the meaning of the marriage vows or fails to take their marriage vows seriously, that relationship is unequally yoked. And I think that's pretty much self-explanatory. Number three, there's a breakdown in trust. And the trust can be where actions and words don't line up. There can possibly be some sort of infidelity or cheating. There's a reason that one of the partners has lost trust in the other. Either the partner realizes that this person does not have their best interests at heart, or, They're just uncovering that this person is not who they portrayed to be when they first met them. And so that will cause a breakdown in trust. Number 4, there's control and power issues or struggles. That's pretty much self-explanatory. Number 5, a lack of respect. A lack of respect as far as consulting a partner or spouse before making a decision. Just believing that you can do whatever you want whenever you feel like it. That's a lack of respect. And even a lack of respect as far as allowing other people to disrespect your partner. A lack of respect in the things that you say, such as name calling, belittling, etc. Those are all signs of a lack of respect. And believe it or not, most of these signs show up early, way before they say I do. Number 6, a failure to resolve conflicts. That's a sign of unequally yoked. Because if you're in a relationship with anybody, whether it's with your family, friends, spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, at some point conflict will arise. And so you have to have something in place to resolve those conflicts, or at least attempt to resolve them, not throw them up under the rug, not stick your head in the sand, but attempt to resolve conflict, not just ignore it and hope that the problem will go away. Number 7, a failure to grow. And what I mean by that is a failure to grow together, a failure to grow in the same direction. Sometimes people are pulling opposite ways. They're supposed to be a couple, but one person is pulling one way and another person is pulling another. Well, you can't grow like that. You're going to always be at odds with each other. In order for two people to walk together, the Bible says that they must be in agreement. And so how can you grow if you're pulling in two different ways? And sometimes one partner will mature and, grow while the other person chooses to stay stagnant or stay in the same predicament or enjoy, being in the same predicament. And so when two people are not growing together, obviously it's going to cause problems. Some people choose to stay stagnant. They choose to exist in mediocrity. And so this will cause a problem. If one person is saying, hey, let's move on up a little bit. Let's go a little higher. Let's do this. Let's take this relationship to a different level. And if the other person is in direct opposition to that, that will cause a problem. Number 8, triangulation. And this is a big one, where other people are allowed into the relationship, whether it's a mother or a father. One person is discussing their personal issues with friends, and friends are allowed to have their input, or parents are allowed to have their input, and that input is accepted over the partner's input. It could be siblings who decide to dip into a relationship, another person's relationship. It could be friends, co-workers. Also, triangulation can happen with things, material things, cars, work itself. These different things can triangulate and cause a problem. And a relationship is between two people, not between three people or between two people in material things. A relationship means two people. Number 9, a partner is, or a spouse is unwilling to seek or listen to wise counsel. Unable to seek or listen to, or refuses to listen to wise counsel, which means that they're getting their information and they're taking advice from people who really don't qualify to speak into the relationship. And so they're listening to foolish counsel instead of saying, you know what, let's go to someone who can really help us, who can really give us good advice, somebody who's been there, an expert, someone who can put us on the right path instead of listening to all this, advice that's coming from anybody who's just throwing out their opinion of what they think you should do in your relationship and how you should handle things instead of seeking wise counsel. And number 10, the final one, is failure to put the marriage or the relationship first. That is a telltale sign that you are unequally yoked with someone when they fail to put the relationship or the marriage first. Everything else comes first. Everybody else comes first. And the relationship is thrown on the back burner. And the partner is left to either deal with things alone or to seek comfort or help outside of the relationship. And it's not good. It's not a good thing at all, because eventually something that you don't appreciate and something that you put on the back burner, eventually when you come to find a soft place to land, there's no guarantee that it will still be there. And anything that you don't appreciate, it can and will be taken away from you. And so I'm going to end the video at this point. I don't want to make it too long, but just those 10 points, 10 signs that you may possibly be unequally yoked or going into an unequally yoked relationship. Okay? And so I just want to recap really quick. Number 1, lack of communication. Number 2, one person fails to understand the meaning of the marriage vows or fails to take the vows seriously. Number 3, breakdown in trust. Number 4, control and power struggles. Number 5, lack of respect. Number 6, failure to resolve conflict. Number 7, failure to grow together. Number 8, triangulation. Number 9, partner is unwilling to see or listen to wise counsel. And number 10, failure to put the relationship or the marriage first. And so I'm going to end the video at this point. If you enjoy the content of my YouTube channel, please like, subscribe. If you have not subscribed to my channel, I really would appreciate if you would like, subscribe, leave a comment, and share this video. And as always, until we meet again, bye-bye, my friends.